Hey guys, what's up? I wanted to reach out today and talk about a subject with reselling that gets a lot of people caught up, where they get too caught up in their own head, worrying about the latest trends in reselling and what's happening. Like, for example, a lot of people got on the bolos are be on the lookouts for, and a lot of people only get caught up in bolos. Bolos in the reselling world are something that people try to find. Obviously, we're all trying to find that hidden gem that's going to make us a lot of money really quick. And unfortunately, the sun is directly in my eyes. But unfortunately, that's just not the reality of most day-to-day reselling. Day-to-day reselling is usually just bread and butter items that you can make enough profit on, that are boring most of the time and are not really catchy. A recent bolo that people were looking for that made profit, and it was great if you could find them and didn't spend your entire day looking for them, was the Stanley mugs. Stanley mugs are still doing really well. I'm sure they're going to do well for a while, but if you ask me, if I'd rather flip 10 Stanley mugs a day for profit or do 100 of something that I know will sell for me, that's vintage tools, wooden handle screwdrivers, hammers, axes, stuff like that. I'd rather do the hammers and the axes and the sockets and stuff of that nature, because I know it's predictable and I know I can rely on it for a source of income if you choose so. Don't be caught up in the latest trends, especially on certain social media aspects. There's a lot of people with the newest item of the day, whatever that is, and that's all they're looking for. And a lot of that has to do with scalping, where scalping's subjective, because scalping isn't necessarily a bad thing and isn't necessarily a good thing. I believe anybody making profit, personally, as long as it's not harming others per se, it's fine. But I think a lot of people look down on somebody scalping and they go, oh, well, that's taking away from the rest. And that's not really true in reselling in a lot of ways, or in business. Like, for example, if somebody posts a video and talking about something you know about, but they posted the video and then they got views for that, that wouldn't be scalping. That would just be they took the initiative to make the video, so therefore they get whatever comes from making that video. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me to be upset about that. But scalping is a big thing people do. So, say trading cards coming out, Pokemon, they'll wait at Target or Walmart and decide that they're going to sit there and get every one of them and sell them for whatever profit they sell them for. Or when the PS5 dropped, a lot of people, scalped those pretty bad. Nintendo Switches, same thing. A lot of people did that. And I'm sure with the Nintendo Switch 2 that was just recently released, people are going to do that. But those things are cool and you can make money on them, and that's great. But if I had to restart from zero and start reselling again for the first time, I would focus on things that are consistent sales that I can rely on to pay my bills. Because at the end of the day, if you're not doing this to make profit and it's just something you do on the side, then that's great. It's fun, but you're not going to have any scalability to that. If you want to be able to scale this as something that you can rely on for money, which is why I resell. I like it, but I mean, it's for money at the end of the day. You need to focus on small, fast profits. I'd rather take $1 today than wait a year to make 10 on something. If I can get that dollar profit today and I can do that 100 times or 365 times a year, to me, that's a lot better system. And a lot of the resellers I know that are successful would say the same. I know it's a highly debated subject, but I don't know a lot of successful resellers that only focus on little, big profits, like little, small volume, large profit. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Have a great day.